Gossip, gossip.
Steady gossip.
What's up, world? You're tuned into 423 FM. You already know we've got you covered with your daily dose of celebrity drama. Now let's get into it. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the weekend wrap-up. As I'm sure you all know, today is the Grammy Awards, and as always, with the entire music industry being in LA at once, some drama is sure to follow. So there's definitely been a lot going on. First up, let's talk about YG, who got arrested this week on felony robbery charges. On Friday, January 24th, the LAPD rolled up to YG's house at around 4 a.m. with a search warrant, and they left with the rapper in handcuffs. The details of this case, along with YG's involvement, are still unknown, but his bond was set at $250,000 and he was released the next morning. This could be connected to a situation from last July when YG's house was first raided after a car registered in his name was involved in a deadly police shootout. At the time, he denied any involvement, saying he was at the studio all day when it happened. But if this is connected to his recent arrest, we'll find out more at his court date, which is set for the 28th. And since he was released, YG should still be performing tonight at the Grammys, during the Nipsey Hussle tribute alongside Roddy Ricch, DJ Khaled, John Legend, and more. Next up, Meek Mill and Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth Petty, got into it this weekend. Like I said, everyone being in LA at the same time always ends up causing some sort of scene, and this year, this one seems to take the cake. On Friday, Meek Mill was doing a little shopping at Maxfield in West Hollywood, and somehow Mr. and Mrs. Petty ended up stumbling into the same store at the same exact time. According to some witnesses, when Meek saw them walk in, he tried to keep things cordial and walked up to Kenneth, trying to shake his hand and squash whatever beef they had in the past, and Kenneth just wasn't having it.
We picked it right back up, didn't we, you and I?
There's 50 people outside here. Good. You know, 100 people outside. I'm talking. That's on my phone. That's on my phone. Shot, bitch. Like I said, clear up.
They ended up getting into a screaming match with them calling each other pussies and Nicki getting in on it, saying that Meek needs to get over her already. Apparently, when the situation first started to escalate, Meek asked to take things outside to talk one-on-one, but he had a whole posse of like 10 of his friends there, while Kenneth just had Nicki, so he refused. Over in Beverly Hills, Cardi B and Offset attended the famous Clive Davis pre-Grammys gala on Saturday night, and this is significant because it's the first time we've seen Cardi's face in a minute. After not posting photos for a while, she showed up to her friend Starbrim's baby shower wearing a mask on January 12th. A few days later, she popped up in Paris wearing yet another mask, and now, a week later, she's finally showing her face. A lot of people, including me, assume that she got some sort of work done, and that's why she was going all incognito, but I honestly can't tell. I feel like something about her face looks different, I just can't put my finger on it, but that just could be because I already have it in my head that she got work done. Now, probably the biggest story surrounding the Grammy Awards is Deborah Dugan. The Grammys hired their first ever female CEO back in August, and last week it was announced that she'd been put on leave after her assistant accused her of bullying, and another senior female staffer accused her of misconduct. According to Dugan, though, she says she got the boot after sending a memo to Human Resources accusing the Academy of iffy procedures when it comes to the process of selecting winners. When she left, she asked for a $20 million settlement in order to keep quiet about all the problems going on within the organization, but that didn't happen, and now a whole lot is getting exposed. Dugan filed a discrimination complaint with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission against the Recording Academy, alleging the following. The CEO before her, Neil Portnow, has been accused of raping a performing artist. She was the victim of sexual harassment by Joel Katz, the Academy's general counsel and former board member. The organization maintained no staff attorney, but instead chose to overpay outside law firms by millions of dollars. Board members received payments in connection with the work they were supposed to be doing as volunteers. Academy employees had leveled multiple accusations of racial discrimination. The nominating and voting processes are rigged, with secret committees, conflicts of interest, and self-dealing taking place throughout, often to give preference to white artists over their non-white counterparts. And lastly, the allegations against her by a subordinate were fabricated in retaliation for bringing all of this to light. Moving on from all the Grammys drama, Terry Crews is catching a lot of flack right now for defending America's Got Talent in light of Gabrielle Union's allegations of discrimination. Just to catch you up quickly, after Union's contract was not renewed for a second season last year, it was reported that her departure came after she complained about inappropriate behavior involving talent and producers on the show, many of them including racial discrimination. Fast forward to this week, when Crews appeared on The Today Show, he was asked about her claims of racism and sexism on the set and behind the scenes, and he said that wasn't his experience, also calling America's Got Talent the most diverse place I've been in my 20 years of entertainment.
Ask you about the Gabrielle Union controversy. Of course, there are reports that her contract wasn't renewed because she reported a toxic atmosphere existed at the show. You're at the show. Is there a toxic atmosphere?
First of all, I can't speak for sexism because I'm not a woman, but I can't speak on behalf of any racism comments. That was never my experience on America's Got Talent. In fact, it was the most diverse place I have ever been in my 20 years of entertainment. The top 10 acts were Asian, women, older, younger, black, white. It was everything in the gamut. Now, I have to say this, too. When you look at what the allegations are about, it was given by an unnamed source. My thing is, it's funny because I believe you should listen to women. You should always believe women. So I asked my wife what I should do. And she was like, first of all, if it's coming from an unnamed source, because Gabrielle Union has not made any statement to this day about any of these allegations publicly. Yeah. So
Have you spoken to her?
I have not. I have reached out, but I have not heard anything. And so my thing was, my wife said, well, if she hasn't made a statement, why would you? Yeah. And I said, you know what? I'm going to listen to her.
That's right. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. We should mention that NBC is still investigating and that they have said that they will put new practices into place if necessary. So.
After seeing Terry's comments, Gabrielle was upset, and rightfully so, especially because she was one of the first celebrities to support him when he came forward about being groped by a Hollywood executive back in 2017. She tweeted, "Truth-telling, wanting change, and having multiple witnesses who bravely came forward to let everyone know I didn't lie or exaggerate really exposes who enthusiastically will throw you under the bus, forgetting quickly who stepped up for their truth." And she went on to say more of the same vein, but it wasn't just Gabrielle who was upset over this. A lot of fans felt really disappointed by Terry's decision to throw Gabrielle under the bus and not offer her any support whatsoever, especially knowing what he's been through in the past. Alright guys, that is it for this week's weekend wrap-up. As always, I want to know what you guys think about this. Are you looking forward to more shady practices about the Grammys getting exposed? Are you even watching the show tonight? And what do you think about the rest of this week's stories? Leave your thoughts down below in the comments, subscribe to the 423 for more videos, and if you like this one, just give it a quick thumbs up. That is it for today. I will see you guys next time. Bye.